In the sprawling tapestry of mythology, few figures loom as large as Zeus, the king of the gods, whose dominion stretched across the heavens and the earth. He was not merely a deity of thunder and lightning. He was a master of disguise, a shapeshifter whose transformations were cloaked in mystery and intrigue. While many tales recount his exploits in his true form, it is the stories of his remarkable disguises that reveal the depths of his cunning and the breadth of his desires. Among these tales, one stands out, a narrative woven with threads of love, deception, and the eternal quest for connection. In a time long past, when the world was still young and the gods walked among mortals, Zeus found himself captivated by a mortal woman named Europa. She was a princess of Phoenicia, renowned for her beauty and grace, her laughter like the tinkling of bells, her presence a balm to the weary. Europa's heart was pure, untainted by the ambitions and machinations of the world around her. Yet it was this very purity that drew Zeus to her, igniting a flame of desire that burned brighter than the sun. As he gazed upon her, Zeus knew that to approach her in his true form would strike fear into her heart. His visage was one of power and authority, a sight that could inspire awe but also dread. He needed a guise, a transformation that would allow him to draw near without revealing his divine nature. Thus, he began to contemplate the most remarkable disguise he had ever assumed. In the depths of his celestial palace, Zeus summoned his divine powers, calling upon the very essence of the earth and sky. He envisioned a creature of beauty, one that would embody the gentleness of nature and the allure of the unknown. With a wave of his hand, he transformed himself into a magnificent white bull, resplendent with a coat that shimmered like the moonlight upon the sea. His eyes sparkled with an intelligence that belied his animal form, and he adorned himself with a garland of flowers, a crown fit for a king. Once his transformation was complete, Zeus descended from Olympus, his heart racing with anticipation. He made his way to the meadows where Europa often played, surrounded by her companions. The sun cast a golden hue over the landscape, and the air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers. As he approached, the mortals paused, their laughter fading into whispers of awe at the sight of the magnificent bull. Europa, too, was entranced. She had never seen such a creature, so regal and serene. The bull approached her slowly, nuzzling her hand with a gentleness that sent shivers down her spine. She could feel an inexplicable connection to this creature, a sense that he was more than what he appeared to be. The other girls, charmed by the bull's beauty, began to dance around him, coaxing him to join their games. Europa, however, felt a pull towards the bull that was unlike anything she had ever experienced. As the days passed, the bond between Europa and the bull deepened. She would spend hours in the meadows, feeding him sweet grasses and whispering her dreams into the soft breeze. In return, the bull would nuzzle her affectionately, his eyes glimmering with a secret that only he knew. Zeus reveled in this disguise, delighting in the simplicity of their interactions, the purity of their connection. He found solace in the laughter of mortals, a stark contrast to the weight of his divine responsibilities. Yet, as with all things touched by the hands of the gods, their bliss was not to last. Europa's brothers, suspicious of her newfound affection for the bull, began to question her. They could not comprehend the bond she shared with the creature, and their jealousy festered like a wound. In their hearts, they believed that their sister had been bewitched, ensnared by some dark magic. They decided to confront her, demanding to know the truth behind her infatuation. One fateful day, as Europa played in the meadows, her brothers arrived, their faces twisted with anger and suspicion. They accused her of losing her senses, of being led astray by a mere beast. Europa, torn between her love for the bull and her loyalty to her family, felt a surge of anguish. She pleaded with her brothers to understand, to see the beauty in her connection with the bull, but her words fell on deaf ears. They could not see what she saw. They could not feel the love that blossomed between them. In that moment of turmoil, Zeus knew he could no longer hide behind the guise of the bull. The truth of his identity was too powerful to remain concealed, and the love he felt for Europa demanded to be expressed. With a heavy heart, he decided to reveal himself, to show her the depths of his affection and the truth of his being. He gathered the winds around him, calling upon the very elements to assist in his transformation. In a flash of divine light, the bull began to change. The air crackled with energy as Zeus shed his animal form, revealing himself in all his glory. He stood before Europa, a figure of majestic beauty, his presence radiating warmth and strength. The very ground trembled beneath him, and the skies darkened as the clouds swirled in response to his transformation. Europa, wide-eyed and breathless, gazed at the god before her, her heart racing with a mix of fear and awe.
"Do not be afraid, my dear Europa," Zeus spoke, his voice a soothing melody that calmed the storm within her. "I am no beast, but a god who has fallen in love with you. My heart was drawn to your purity, your kindness, and I took the form of a bull to win your affection without fear."
Europa's mind whirled with confusion. She had loved the bull, felt a connection that transcended the physical, yet now she stood before a god, a being of immense power and authority. The revelation both thrilled and terrified her. "But why disguise yourself?" she asked, her voice trembling. "Why not show me yourself from the beginning?" Zeus smiled, a mixture of remorse and understanding in his gaze. "In my true form, I am a being of great power, and I feared that you would be frightened. I wanted to know you as a mortal, to share in your joys and sorrows without the weight of my divinity overshadowing our bond." As he spoke, the clouds parted, and a golden light enveloped them, illuminating the meadow with a divine glow. Europa felt the warmth of his love wrapping around her, dispelling her fears. She stepped closer, her heart pounding in her chest. "You chose to become a creature of gentleness to win my heart. Does that mean you will remain with me, even as a god?" Zeus took her hands in his touch gentle yet firm. "I will always be with you, Europa. Love knows no boundaries, and my heart is forever yours. I will take you away from this place, to a land where we can be free to love without fear or judgment." With a wave of his hand, the earth trembled once more as he summoned a great chariot drawn by magnificent steeds. The chariot glimmered with golden light, a vessel of divine power that would carry them across the skies. Europa, filled with a mixture of excitement and trepidation, climbed aboard, her heart racing at the thought of leaving her old life behind. As they ascended into the heavens, Europa looked down at the land she had known, a tapestry of memories woven with laughter and tears. She felt a pang of sadness for her family, for the life she was leaving behind. But the thrill of adventure and the promise of love ignited a fire within her. She turned to Zeus, who smiled down at her with eyes full of affection. Together they traveled across the skies, a whirlwind of light and color, until they reached a distant land, an island of paradise known as Crete. There, in a hidden grove, Zeus revealed to Europa a magnificent palace, a sanctuary where they could build a life together. It was a realm untouched by the troubles of the mortal world, a place where love could flourish without fear. In the days that followed, Europa and Zeus shared their lives in blissful harmony. They explored the lush landscapes of Crete, danced beneath the stars, and reveled in the joy of their connection. Europa learned of the wonders of the divine, the beauty of the cosmos, and the strength of love that transcended the boundaries of mortality. Zeus, in turn, cherished the simplicity of her laughter, the warmth of her spirit, and the purity of her heart. Yet, as time passed, the shadows of Zeus's responsibilities began to loom over them. The affairs of the gods demanded his attention. The balance of the cosmos required his guidance. Europa, though filled with love for the god, began to sense the distance growing between them. She understood that Zeus was a king, bound by duty, and that their time together, though filled with joy, was fleeting. One evening, as they sat beneath the stars, Europa turned to Zeus, her heart heavy with the weight of impending separation. "Will you always be with me, even when you are far away? Will your love remain as steadfast as the stars above?" Zeus took her hands, his expression solemn yet tender. "My love for you is eternal, Europa. Though I must return to Olympus, my heart will always be with you. You will never be alone, for I will watch over you, guiding you from afar." Tears glistened in Europa's eyes as she realized the truth of his words. The bond they shared was forged in the fires of love and understanding, a connection that could not be severed by distance or duty. With a heavy heart she nodded, accepting the reality of their situation. "Then I will wait for you, my love. I will carry your heart within me, no matter the distance." As dawn broke over the horizon, painting the sky in hues of gold and pink, Zeus prepared to leave. He held Europa close, their hearts beating in unison, a rhythm that echoed through the ages. With a final kiss, he transformed once more, taking the shape of a magnificent eagle, soaring into the skies with a grace that left Europa breathless. In the years that followed, Europa became a queen of Crete, her beauty and wisdom renowned throughout the land. Though Zeus was often absent, she felt his presence in the gentle breeze, in the rustling of the leaves, in the warmth of the sun. Their love became a legend, a tale whispered among mortals and gods alike, a story of transformation and connection that transcended the boundaries of existence. And so, the most remarkable disguise that Zeus had ever assumed became a symbol of love's power, a reminder that even the mightiest of gods could be humbled by the purity of the heart. In the annals of history, their story would be told for generations, a testament to the enduring nature of love and the magic that lies within the bonds we forge, no matter the form we take.